Today I want to go over a recent Bigfoot encounter that has been getting a lot of attention lately. In Ulster County, New York, a woman, Jane, claims that she's been seeing a Bigfoot on her property. Jane stated that this all began when she started to hear strange noises outside her house at night, and on one of these nights, she saw something very large and it scared her to death. She claimed that this creature was about 10 feet tall, and after multiple sightings, she now believes that this must be a Bigfoot. Jane also said that this creature carries her garbage across the lawn, bangs on her shed, and also bangs on her house. Now Jane is scared, and after she first seen it, she's been trying to get proof of it ever since. And a couple of weeks ago, she saw it outside her kitchen window, so she grabbed her phone as fast as she could and she took this photo. Now after she posted this photo online, this story has gone viral. And there are a heck of a lot of Bigfoot sightings in this area. There's so many sightings that they have their own Bigfoot researcher organization here. And Jane has also taken pictures of huge footprints around her property, making this an interesting case. And in this valley where Jane lives, people have found what they believe to be Bigfoot dens. One of these researchers stated that while she was on an investigation in this area, she saw a Bigfoot swinging from a tree. Now this organization has a Facebook page which I'll link below. It is worth a look. Another Bigfoot story I've been wanting to cover is about an ex-soldier, Trey Hudson, who believes that Bigfoot does exist and that it might have supernatural powers. Trey Hudson is a paranormal investigator and the director of the Oxford Paranormal Society. He has been leading paranormal investigations at a secret location known as the Meadow for years, and I think this location is not that far away from Skinwalker Ranch. Now over the years, after many investigations, Trey has seen some very bizarre things, making him as well as others believe that Bigfoot might have supernatural powers. On one investigation, Trey and his team members saw an extremely large humanoid watching them. This creature had white hair and was looking at them from behind a tree. And these investigators, they were shocked. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. And when this creature left, they went over there to see if they could find any evidence, but there was nothing there. No tracks or anything. And some of these investigators are trained trackers, so they were stumped. Trey stated, "It's interesting to note that many members of my team are also trained in tracking. We know how to track a person through the forest, look for footfalls, disturbances in the environment, compressed earth, compressed vegetation, etc. We went to this area where we had seen this creature, and we looked for any disturbed vegetation, like scuff marks or if the bark on the tree was disturbed, and we could find no evidence that this creature was there. Well, at least in its physical form." Now over the years, we have heard very similar stories from other eyewitnesses who believe that Bigfoot has supernatural powers or is an interdimensional being. I have read many reports where eyewitnesses swore that Bigfoot disappeared right before their eyes. And while I was reading about Jane's encounter, it did kind of remind me of a poltergeist case, as whatever this creature was seemed to be attached to her. Now whatever the case may be, I did find this photo to be interesting, as well as the tracks that Jane uncovered. Now in my last Bigfoot video, I talked about a man who believed he found a thumb bone that belonged to a Bigfoot. And this man also said that we have found evidence of Bigfoot throughout the years, but that it always gets swept under the rug. And that statement got me thinking, well, what is the best evidence of Bigfoot that we do have? And still to this day, the best evidence we have is the Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin footage that was shot in Bluff Creek, California in 1967. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about that footage, as I'm sure we all know the story. But still to this day, it's never been debunked. And the more advanced we get, and the more people that look into this, the more it seems that this is an unknown species of ape. And we also have a lot of other great videos and pictures out there, but aside from the videos or pictures, Bigfoot researchers say that the other best proof we have is their dens, or their beds that we find in the wilderness in the middle of nowhere. Wherever there's a lot of Bigfoot sightings, hunters and hikers stumble upon these dens, and there is no known animal that lives here that would create something like this, turning skeptics into believers. Until next time, this is Paranormal Junkie. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned.